Good afternoon and welcome. At this time, I would like to invite Met student Jerry Hargrove up to the stage to lead us in our Pledge of Allegiance. Please stand.
Face the flag, please. I pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
At this time, I would like to invite up to the stage Met's graduate, Yvonne Green, current Bloomfield College student, to lead us in our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, all the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet waves o'er the land and of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you, Yvonne. Please be seated. Governor Christie, Commissioner Harrington, board members, faculty, students, and family. It is my great pleasure to welcome you to the Met's Charter School Exploration Academy ribbon cutting ceremony. Today is a day to celebrate. The sun is shining, and as we embark on a new endeavor here in historic Newark, Met's is excited to be welcomed into a community focusing on educating the youth of New Jersey to become truly global citizens. At this time, I would like to welcome to the stage the Exploration Academy instructional leader, Ms. Dimesha Harris.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome. My journey started here in Newark. I was born and reared in Newark, graduated from Science High School, which was located not too far from here. I graduated from Duke University with the BS in Economics and then completed a master's in Education Communication. I was a banker for 6 years, and then I transitioned into teaching in 2010. I taught middle school mathematics for 2 years at First Avenue School, and then I went on to teach high school mathematics in Elizabeth, New Jersey. Although I started out in corporate America, I always knew I wanted to go into the field of education. I felt like I needed a career change that afforded me the opportunity to make a difference in the lives of urban youth. Upon careful consideration, I decided to become a mathematics teacher. It takes a village to raise a child. My village consisted mainly of teachers. I had 3 major events happen that shaped who I am today. My 4th grade teacher, Mrs. Ruth, literally put her hands around my shoulders and shook me. She told me that I was too smart to misbehave. That's all it took, and then I became a model student. My 7th grade teacher, Miss Lynch, taught me that I determined my destiny. I was depressed because, I had to live with my grandmother because my mother was suffering from a drug addiction. My two sisters were teenage moms, and I just knew I wouldn't be able to be successful because nothing around me was going right. Miss Lynch shared with me that she became homeless as a teenager because of the death of her father. By the age of 16, she was married with 3 children. She went to night school and earned her high school diploma and then earned a college degree while caring for her children and working full-time. When I met Miss Lynch, she owned 2 houses and had a professional career as a teacher. When I heard of her story, I thought, yikes. If she can do it, then I knew I could. At that point, I knew I could accomplish great things. I'm still in contact with her today, and she's in the audience somewhere. She has now taken on a role as a second mother to me and a grandmother to my daughter. The 3rd event that happened, my 7th grade guidance counselor, Mrs. Troublefield, was equally instrumental. She and her family took me in as their own. Her children called me their sister, and her son, Glennon, is the reason why I went to Duke. When I graduated from Science High, I had several college acceptances. I made my final decision on Rutgers because I was going to receive a full ride with books included. It was a no-brainer to me. I was 18. Glennon told me no. He said, "You're either going to Dartmouth or Duke." I chose Duke. Those individuals were so instrumental in shaping who I've become that I want to do the same for others. My hope for the school year is simple. Ultimately, I want the year to be successful. I want students to achieve at the highest levels so that they are competitive and have choices. In closing, I would like to thank you all for coming and participating in this monumentous occasion. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Harris. At this time, I would like to introduce our lead administrator, Mr. Ian Falstich.
I'd like to thank everyone for joining us today. Under his administration, Metz Charter School was opened. Today, Metz Charter School expands under his administration, and then during this time period, the number of students attending charter schools has more than doubled. An innovator in education, allowing us to do things such as our 9th graders will be able to earn associate's degrees at no cost to their families or additional cost to the taxpayers. Our students are going on to great things. We have a 100% graduation rate, 95% college acceptance rate, and our students are going on to great things in college. It's my pleasure to introduce Governor Christie as our keynote speaker. Thank you.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for having me here today. But more importantly, thank you for what you're accomplishing here. To the students, to the families who are here, to the teachers, other members of the faculty and administration, I want to thank you. Demisha, your story is inspiring. And I thank you for caring enough about where you've come from to be able to come back and try to help people who are in a similar circumstance to where you were, and try to give them an even greater shot at life than what you've already been given and earned. So thank you for your comments. They're really inspiring, Demisha. Ian, thank you. Thank you for your leadership role here, and thanks for inviting me to today's ribbon cutting. I can definitely say as a parent that what you want most for your children is for them to do better than you've done, for them to have more than you've had, for them to believe in themselves more than you believed in yourself when you sat in the very same place where they're sitting today. That's why it's so important for each child to be able to have an opportunity at a quality education in this state, because we know that unless you have a good education, life becomes more and more difficult for you to achieve the things that you want to achieve. When you look at districts like here in Newark or in Camden, charter schools are now educating nearly 35% of the public school population. And let's remember again today that charter schools are public schools. Charter schools are a part of our public school system and a part that we're very proud of. What it tells you also is that this is a really valued option, valued by families in cities and communities all across this state. The demand is so high, in fact, among New Jersey families that despite our responsible school choice growth in the past several years, as Ian said, we've doubled the number of children going to charter schools in the state in the past 8 years. Think about this. 34,000 students remain on waiting lists for charter schools. 34,000 students right now are on waiting lists for charter schools, including 11,000 here in Newark. 11,000 students and their families want the very same opportunity that all of you are getting here at Metz, but because we don't have the capacity to be able to fulfill their requests, they need to go someplace else. That's not fair. It's not right. Families, no matter where you live, no matter how much money you make, no matter what your parents' educational background was, those families should have the opportunity to choose the education they believe will best serve their children and their family. And we will not be completely successful as a public educational system in this state until every parent, regardless of zip code, regardless of economic background, has the opportunity to pick for their child the education that they think is best. And Metz is fulfilling part of that goal by helping to have their doors opened and expanded during the time we've been in this administration. You know that what Metz is doing here is providing a lifeline and hope for those families for a better future. This school has a reputation for excellence, for achievement, and for innovation in preparing students to be the best they can be with 21st century skills and 21st century innovation. Let's look at the history for a second. Since Metz opened its first school in 2011 in Jersey City, it has grown from 360 students in grades 6 through 9 to 560 students in grades 6 through 12. Now with the expansion to a new grades 9 through 12 high school campus that we're officially opening here today, another 250 Newark students will be educated at Metz and gain all the benefit of this organization's high standards of education focused on college readiness and career success in mathematics, engineering, technology, and science. Each and every one of you are going to benefit from that opportunity. This school is one of 20 charter schools we approved back in March to expand and provide more than 5,000 additional seats in high-performing schools in the coming year. With the new Metz High School in Newark, there will be a total of 89 charter schools in New Jersey and over 56,000 seats for the 2017-2018 school year. And remember, if we're able to fill a seat for everybody who wanted one, we'd have over 90,000 seats. And that's what we should strive to try to achieve. Our fiscal year 2018 budget makes sure that these charter school students have the opportunity to go where they want to go, and their family should not have to worry about whether or not they have the money to make that happen. And we continue to try to make sure that charter schools meet or exceed the standards of our other public schools. What you all will find here is that as this charter school was selected to expand, it was selected to expand based upon the quality of the education it was providing and the results that it was providing for the students and their families. More than anything else, what you need to know is that I am a firm believer in the idea that no matter where you come from, that your potential is limitless. Only you will decide through how hard you're willing to work, how much you're willing to listen, how great the opportunities will be for you in the future. That's why we're approving schools like this. So whether it's Demetria, who's decided to come back and teach math after her previous career in the corporate world, you need to know that there are people like her and me and others who care deeply about your success. And we care just as much for the hopes and dreams your parents have for all of you. There is nothing more painful for a parent than feeling that their child doesn't even have the opportunity to reach their potential. By enrolling in this school and having the opportunity to pursue an education that's already proven to be successful, each and every one of you, just by walking in the door of this place on your first day, will be helping to fulfill a dream of your parents. That you'll have the opportunity with a school that has a 100% graduation rate and a 95% college acceptance rate to do whatever it is you want to do with the rest of your life. Demetra went over it really quickly in her remarks, but it's not bad to have options of a full scholarship with all things paid for at Rutgers, or go to Duke or to Dartmouth. She went over that really quickly. I didn't get into Duke or Dartmouth, I guarantee you. And the fact is that to have those opportunities is something that will make everyone around you, every family member and friend around you, have their hearts swell with pride on your behalf. And now it's up to you. By opening schools like this and giving you the opportunity to enroll, we now leave the burden and the opportunity in your laps. You'll decide. You'll decide how hard you want to work. You'll decide how much you want to read, how much you want to prepare for class every day, how much you want to get ready for your SATs and ACTs. All of those things will begin to build the foundation for how successful you'll be in your future. There's no question in my mind that the folks who are committed to here are the future mathematicians and engineers, the future computer programmers and software designers, the folks who also will be the future teachers of the next generation of folks who want to build on what you've already developed. And so, having been born in Newark and lived here my first 5 years of my life, I'm always proud to come back to Newark to add to the opportunity of the young men and women who now call Newark their home. There is no reason you need to be limited in any way in what you want to do with your life, and the administrators and teachers here in this school and your parents and caregivers at home will do everything I'm confident they can to make sure that you are as successful as you possibly can be. So to the young men and women who are here today, thank you for what you're already committing to yourself and to your futures. And just know that we're going to continue to work as hard as we can to give you every opportunity we can to make the most of your life. You have examples in front of you every day of people who have done it, and I'm confident that you can do it as well. So I want to congratulate the folks at Metz, thank them for their incredible hard work, and for the great results they're producing for their students and those families. So in the end, that's what we're all here for. And you deserve great, great, great respect for what you're doing and how you're committing your life. And I'll end with the parents. There's no question that each and every one of us feel a sense of pride each and every step along the way that our children achieve, and we also feel great worry and concern as they get prepared for that. You only hope they can understand that the worry and concern come from a place of great hope. And so my hope for all of you is that the dreams you have for your children are fulfilled, and the hopes and concerns you have as they begin this next step of their journey are calmed because of the great place that you're getting to send them to school each and every day. So Ian, thank you for your hard work. To all the other members of Metz, thank you. And I look forward to people really succeeding in this school. Thank you all very much.
At this time, I am proud to present our Metz Mustang cheerleaders to lead us in a celebratory cheer for our ribbon cutting.
5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, ladies, now let's pump up the Mustangs. We're the Mustangs, yeah, and we're the best. Yeah, you know we're cheering for the mighty Mets. Yeah, heard you don't like us. You want to get down? Our team pulls up when they come around. Break it down now. S-E
Thank you, ladies. At this time, it is my privilege to introduce our ribbon cutting ceremony. At this time, we're going to have self-guided tours upstairs for those that would like to see the new building and what we have in store for this coming year. Thank you all so much for coming.